Summer is here, and for many of us, that means it's finally time to tackle those home improvement projects that we've been putting off. Whether it's a new deck, updating your kitchen, or adding that dream outdoor space, funding those upgrades can sometimes be a big question mark. Joining us this morning to help answer that is Simon Powley, Chief Revenue Officer of Kitsap Credit Union. Welcome back.
Hey, great to be back. Thanks for having me.
My parents are actually starting to tackle a project right now, so this is very timely.
Okay, good.
So when people start thinking about home improvements, what are some smart ways that people can actually fund these big projects?
Yeah, let's dive into that. This is the season for that, as we know. You know, we're also seeing people staying in their homes a little bit longer because they're in longer interest rates. So people are looking, hey, if I'm going to be here for a little bit, what do I do and how do I tackle that? And it's a great season to do that. You know, the first thing I would recommend would be a home equity loan. What that's going to do is allow you to tap into the equity of your home. It gives you a little bit lower interest rate than traditional other financing measures, which we can talk about. It gives you fixed installments, so you can still stick to a budget and really determine how much you can afford on a monthly basis, but still be on an accrual basis where you're going to pay it off at the end of the day. So it's a great way to budget, set aside funds, and tap into that home equity at a low interest rate.
Yeah, that's a solid option. And what about something if you need maybe even more flexibility ongoing, or you're looking at like smaller projects?
Yeah, big fan of what we would call a HELOC, or a home equity line of credit. So similar to a home equity loan, but think of it as credit card attached to your home. It gives you flexible spending. You can make a smaller down payment. You make smaller payments per month to allow you to do that. Gives you flexibility to kind of, you know, lever up and pay for the whole project, and then begin to incrementally pay it down over a period of time. And usually, again, if it's tied to the home, it's a little bit lower interest rate and could have some potential tax deductions for you. So consult your tax advisor, because there may be some ideas for you there, some ways to save some money.
All the tips. Okay, what if someone doesn't want to use their home equity?
Yeah.
Is there any option for them?
Yes, of course, of course. So then you can go to what we call an unsecured product. So, you know, we have through Kitsap Credit Union many unsecured products. You can do an unsecured loan, much the same way we just talked about, fixed amount, scheduled payments on a monthly basis to pay it off over, say, 3 to 5 years, or whatever you're comfortable with from a budget perspective. Or you can do a traditional, you know, Kitsap credit card, and, you know, similar to anything else you'd use. We have low introductory rates, a low interest rate compared to a lot of our competitors. So you can use that to pay for things, and then again set up either incremental loans and installment loans and installment payments over a period of time, or pay it off as you'd like to.
Yeah, and I want to talk about the rates too. So how do credit union rates compare to others, would you say? Yeah,
so, you know, we've talked a little bit about this in this last segment. So we are member owned. So think of that. When you join a credit union, you're actually an owner and a member of that credit union. And so instead of paying back, you know, a quarterly basis or to shareholders, we pay back our members in terms of lower interest rates on loans and higher interest rates on deposit products. So from a competition perspective, we're in a really good place. We will pay back our members with lower interest rates traditionally than other financial providers.
Gosh, I mean, I'm loving that there's so many options and information. Yeah. How easy is it to apply to what we've talked about too?
Super easy. You can call our 1-800 number, which is very easy to apply for. You can stop into one of our locations and talk to one of our member specialists who will help you set up a budget, walk you through the process, and support you through the whole time. Or you can go on our website and get some information.
And what if someone needs help just with online banking? Where would they go?
Yeah, traditionally a lot of questions around that, right? One, I can tell you our mobile app and our online banking is extremely easy to use. But if you need tutorials, you can go online. We've got video tutorials to be able to walk you through that. It'll give you advice on how to leverage those, give you an opportunity to look at the different programs and services that we offer for our members. So it'll provide you all that information there right on the website.
It's nice to go to like a one-stop shop for everything too.
Absolutely.
Do you have any other final tips for folks that are thinking about financing their home improvement plans, and just some final words of wisdom?
Yes, yeah, well, I don't know about wisdom. But
you always you're spitting the wisdom.
You're very kind. I don't know about that. But you know what I'd say is first, you know, get a budget and go through the approval process. So if you want to apply for a home equity loan, go through that and get a budget in place and talk to one of our member specialists so you know what you can afford. Because you certainly want to budget and be conscious about how much you want to take on from an obligation perspective. Talk about the return on investment. If I remodel my kitchen or my bathroom, what does that really mean? And traditionally there's more of a return on those than other parts of your home, say a deck or something like that. Here in the Northwest, we've got great equity in our homes, and we continue to build that, and we expect that to continue. So what are you really looking to accomplish with your equity in your home? So build a budget that's affordable so you can still save some money, still stay on time with your bills, and pay this off over a period of time, whatever's comfortable with you. And then find the right contractor, right, to be able to help you with and do that are reputable. You know, there's lots of ways to go about that. And then dive into your project and get prepared for it to take longer than what you expect.
Ain't that the truth?
Yes.
We'll save that for another time. Thank you so much for being here.
Great
I
to be
appreciate
here.
it.
You betcha.
And if you're ready to bring your home improvement plans to life this summer, connect with Kitsap Credit Union online, by phone, or in person. And with a variety of financing options and expert advice, your dream home could just be a project away.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by Kitsap Credit Union.